should resort to adoption rather than abortion. Who all in here knows somebody that's gone through the adoption process? All right, who in here knows somebody that's had an abortion? 2, 3. Okay, it should have been the same. If you know somebody that's gone through the adoption process, most likely you know somebody that's had an abortion because the numbers are about the same. So every year, about 42 million abortions are performed around the world. 1.3 million of those are just in the United States. About every year, 5 million Americans have been on the adoption waiting list. Only about 1.5 million kids are adopted every year out of those 5 million. So every year, 5 million families sign up to go through the adoption process. Only about 1.5 million children are adopted. Majority of abortions in the United States are through unintended pregnancies. That can be anything that you could think of, rape, just unexpected, anything unintended. Abortion clinics today, they do not usually refer adoption as a second, as an option. They usually just come in and they treat it as a doctor's office. You're here for an abortion, okay, we're going to give you an abortion and we're not going to ask very many questions. Adoption doesn't really come up much at an abortion clinic. So a lot of things that women that don't know before they go into an abortion clinic, majority of abortions take place before the 8th week of the pregnancy. A lot of women don't know at the 5th week of pregnancy your child has a heartbeat. So these are just statistics of when majority of abortions take place, and as you can see, 65% are before 8 weeks of the pregnancy. So they don't ever really allow it to develop. 1.3 million abortions in the United States. This is the big thing. Only 4% of women that go to have an abortion resort to adoption. So if you can take only 4% out of 1.3 million, that's the only amount that even consider it. That's not even the people that put their child up for adoption. That's just them filling out a survey saying that they would consider adoption. We're going to talk about adoption. As I said earlier, 5 million Americans sign up every single year to be an adopted family. The wait list to adopt a newborn healthy child is about 2 to 7 years. So majority of families prefer to adopt newborns. That's just how it is. A lot of children over the age of 6 have a lot of trouble getting adopted. So a lot of families, when they sign up and when they look for children, they want newborn children. They want to be there when the child is born. About 10% of women in the United States, so 6.1 million, have trouble getting or staying pregnant. So if we took a number, I'm not going to go statistically, some of you women in here are going to have trouble having a child at some point in your life. So the numbers, if you can kind of correlate, the numbers of people that have problems having children are looking to adopt children. 57% of women who go to infertility clinics, so in vitro, anything like that, they fill out forms and they say adoption is part of their option. You know, they want a child that bad. So Planned Parenthood is one of the most common known abortion clinics. Basically what they do is they treat it as a doctor's appointment. Like I said, you're going in for an abortion. They're not going to talk to you about adoption. So what I'm here to talk about is how a lot of clinics in the United States should resort to helping their patients talk about adoption rather than abortion, because the numbers would correlate with each other. There's so many people looking to adopt children, newborn children, and there's also so many people having abortions every single day. So I think if the two agencies began to work with each other, I think it has to do with a lot of politics, because a lot of people are either pro-abortion or strictly against it. And I believe that if an adoption agency and a Planned Parenthood would work together, there would be a lot of less abortions and a lot more adoptions, which helps everybody in the long run. You know, more children are being born and more families are being created because they're able to adopt. And that's all I have to talk about today. Thank you.